I am your host. I am so thrilled and excited to be here with you. I've just lit a candle. We're coming into a sacred priestess training space today to heal the witch wound. As you're diving in with me, I would love for you to say hello down below into the comments. I'm going to ask you to play along a lot with me today so that we get to have this conversation and really a dialogue around how has the witch wound impacted us through this lifetime and even past lifetimes, and what are we going to do about this? How do we heal it? How do we transcend it? How do we transform? And what is on the other side? Oh, Jackie's so ready. Jennifer, Rita, Susie, welcome everybody. Kelly, hi love. Does everybody have the workbook? Let's just take a moment to do a little bit of housekeeping. How many people here have the workbook? Give me a Y into the comments. Carly is here, who's one of our priestess mentors, everybody. You're also going to have a chance to connect with Dina and Shelly, who are our priestess mentors here. We have a whole team to hold space for all you beautiful light workers. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So maybe what we can do, my priestess mentors, is drop the workbook link into the comments. I want to do a little bit of housekeeping here at the very beginning. If you haven't met me yet, I so welcome you here. My name is Desiree, and I am your host through this whole week. 3 days of training, 3 days of fertile ground for possibility, for new potential, where we might have felt stagnant and stuck, new energy levels opening up so that you can feel healthy and happy. That's what I truly, truly want for you. My mission is to support women in coming out of the broom closet, which is our theme today, and ultimately making a bigger difference as the leaders of their own life. Thanks, Shelly. Shelly just dropped in the workbook, everybody. You can go ahead and grab that. You can see it in the comments with Shelly there, and you can even click it open, everybody. It's a clickable link, so you don't have to print it out. You could, if you wanted to, you could open it up on one of your screens right now, whether you're on your device or your computer, and follow along. I know you're a lifelong learner, and really it helps us implement, doesn't it? So we're not just only hearing the words, but we're doing this through multiple faculties of writing and implementing and following along. I'm going to give you a little homework assignment later, so that will be a great way to be able to keep track of that too. Maybe you do want to print it out and write it in, or you're going to have your journal nearby. So you can have your magical items, my friends. I'm going to start us off with a grounding meditation in a moment. I've got some frankincense. I'm going to use a little bit of that. I've got my magical items, crystals, my amethyst. I never leave home without it. Creating this sacred space together. Light a candle. Just take a moment. Maybe you've been really busy already today and you're just dropping in and you need a moment. Now is your moment to take a nice, deep, deep breath. Okay, beauties, let's go ahead and start right away with a little meditation to get grounded. As everyone's starting to come in to join, I would love to get us grounded and do what I call, from the Violet Healing Method, setting the space, meaning we're coming into an intentional temple of energy together. So maybe you have your aromatherapy, preparing yourself. And I'm going to play a little bit of music here in the background, just this very peaceful music coming in the background. So taking a few nice, easy, deep breaths, my friends, and just arrive in your body, bringing your hands to your heart. Bring your hands to your heart if you can. If you happen to be driving or at work, maybe you can just do one hand. Do whatever you can do in this moment. And notice how you're feeling. Just dropping in now. What do you notice? How are you feeling? What sensations are you aware of in your body? And without changing anything, just having that gentle awareness and grounding. Bring earth energy up into your body, and then releasing down and out what doesn't serve, as though you are a beautiful tree. Imagine that you're a beautiful tree, and there's a two-way system, that grounding energy coming up, and then also the release, the letting go of anything that does not serve, without having to know what that is exactly. So often we want to figure it all out, to know exactly what's going on, but we're starting to tap into our feminine side and awaken the Shakti. Awakening the Shakti energy within our divine feminine essence that lives within us, and releasing anything that could be clouding that essence, giving more space, more spaciousness in the body. And now we'll set the space together. First, imagining there's gigantic magnets outside the windows, the room you're in, or if you're outside around your body, and let the magnets draw out any energy that does not serve you. And it's drawing energy from the space, anxiety or stress, and the magnets draw out that energy and it becomes debris onto the magnets. Now create long cords using your playful imagination. Long cords from each magnet going down into the earth, down into Gaia. And then all that debris just flows down and down and down into the earth to be received by Mother Earth and turned back into pure potential. Beautiful. And now noticing the walls of the room you're in, or imagining a temple space, a sacred space, a sacred temple to heal the witch wound together and make all the walls a shimmering gold. A beautiful shimmering gold, allowing your playful imagination to take charge. Gold is a spiritual color and energy connecting us to our higher self. And then all along the floor, bring in a vibrant green, like the rolling hills in Ireland. A bright, rich green for healing. Let it flow into the temple. And at the center of the temple, the center of your room, is a violet healing flame. Light purples and dark purples, like the amethyst crystal. Violet hues swirling, moving, dancing, bringing gentle and rapid transformation. What are you transforming in your life? What is transforming, evolving, and changing within you? Who are you becoming? And then near the ceiling, my beauties, is a pink fuchsia light. Ribbons of pink dancing, flowing across the ceiling. And then let some of that pink light start to come down. And this is for deep, unconditional love. Love of self. The kind of love that heals. An infinite, expansive, never-ending, infinite love flowing into the temple. And then sense all of us here stepping into circle around that sacred flame, the violet flame, holding hands, left palm up, right palm down, stepping into circle, connecting now. A sense of belonging. however you've arrived today, however you're feeling, whatever may be occurring in your external reality, this is your place, a sanctuary and haven to rest, to be nourished for the energies and frequencies we're calling in, to let go, to practice allowing and accepting, closing doors to the past, and opening up to a new faith in the future, a new level of trust. I am safely guided and protected. It is safe to be curious and explore who I'm becoming in the next chapter of my life, and to step onto a timeline that brings rewards beyond my wildest dreams. And send a wave, my friends, of loving kindness, compassion, and healing from your heart down your left arm to the goddess to your left. Observe, allow it to unfold as this ripple of love goes around our circle, travels up your right arm, and weaves gently around your heart, and your heart can expand a little wider. You soften through your body a little more. Your shoulders relax, and you realize you're channeling the infinite love. It's not just your love, it's coming from a greater source. It's coming in and around your heart and down your left arm again. It's sweeping and swirling around our circle, around our hearts. And now a vortex forms in the center around the fire. Violet flames and this vortex of loving kindness, infinite love flowing up, swirling like a loving tornado, wisping up until it explodes in fireworks. The most fantastic display of fireworks cascading down upon us in through the temple and further around your families, bringing healing, love, gentle transformation, and then around all the communities you're part of. More beauty, more energy, healing, and even further around the whole planet. For the highest good of all, for the highest good of your family, for the highest good of yourself. And let this beautiful, loving energy that's so pure and infinite flow into the waterways, the rivers, creeks, the ocean, lakes. Evaporates up into the clouds, soft clouds, full, overflowing, abundant, and rain, sheets of rain. Rain filled with His love, flowing back in, a never-ending cycle. And just observe as this energy continues to seep, flow through the whole planet, into all of humanity, so that all sentient and living beings may have the opportunity to live a life of well-being. And offering this to all women who still carry the echoes and pains of oppression through their mother line and their father line, through past lifetimes, parallel realities, and welcoming that this can heal through all timelines for all women, and specifically here for magical women, women on the spiritual path, Women harnessing their intuition and superpowers. Women who have, perhaps since they were little girls, had premonitions or saw spirits or had this wildly creative mind. Women so connected to nature. That we can feel it's safe to express these spiritual gifts unto the world at this time when a multidimensional healing is needed. True healing. First for ourselves to feel whole, grounded, anxiety-free, freedom, and to be a model and catalyst for others to feel the same. And we'll set the intention that this energy, the colors, frequencies, healing, transformation continues to flow for our entire 3 days together, and that you are receiving at the perfect pace, the perfect healing pace for you. And ground, we can never ground too much. More earth energy traveling up. Imagine that the earth energy comes up a cylinder to your pelvis, like the stem of a rose. Loving earth energy and motherly love from Gaia traveling up to the bowl of the pelvis, root chakra, sacral chakra, and the blossom of a rose begins to appear inside the pelvis. Soft petals. There's a little more space. And this beautiful color. What is the color? And a fragrance, intoxicating beauty wafts up through your whole body. Notice the third eye behind the bridge and the nose. More of this color, fragrance, supporting the return and reclamation of your sacred site, your spiritual gifts, your inner wisdom, and your channel to the divine. Can you feel that divine love pouring down into you from above, and the earth energy rising up from below? Where do you feel it in your body? Bring your hands back to your body, hands to body, perhaps to heart, heart center, and 3 deep breaths together. 3 deep breaths together. Inhale and exhale. Maybe even making that sigh sound. And again, inhale and exhale. One more time. Breathing in. Breathing out. Flickering eyes open when you're ready. Beautiful, everybody. And I did pull a card for us as we went through this meditation. As I'm showing the card, I welcome you to put the color of your rose. Did you notice a color for your rose that was gently blossoming in those lower centers and bringing an ease to the womb space? Let me know in the comments below. This is our card beauties. It's going to be backwards for you. I've got some magic bubbles and a presentation to show you. But this is Kuan Yin, and it's number 26. 6 and 2 is 8. Some numerology magic there. And compassion is the word. And that is what I'm feeling for day one here as we enter into this training about coming out of the broom closet. What does it take? What's required of us? What benefit would that have if we did that? Maybe we felt like the black sheep of our family. We felt weird when we were younger, or we still do. And maybe we feel a little bit lonely. We've become the lone wolf. It's easier to do things on our own. We're uberly independent. But we find that on our spiritual growth journey, that friends start to fall away. People maybe who are not operating on the same level or same frequency start to fall away, and we're feeling a little lonely. And there's also something within us that's keeping us stagnant, keeping us stuck, holding us back, still dimming our own lights. And Kuan Yin is showing herself here to bring a deeper level of compassion, self-acceptance, and even forgiveness on our journey. The power of studying, embodying, feeling into, meditating with the archetypes of the goddess is immense. It's been a huge part of my spiritual journey. When I started to delve into the mysteries of the goddesses, and Kuan Yin is an ascended master, I realized that it awakened parts of myself. For example, with Kuan Yin, this embodiment of compassion, I could forgive myself for these unconscious parts of myself that were kind of beating myself up, a feeling of being tough on myself or holding on, and kind of having a grudge with myself and resentment even towards myself, which could manifest outwardly towards others. And so Kuan Yin comes in to remind us to just let bygones be bygones. If there's any healing conversations to be had there, to make the effort to be a leader in that instead of waiting for it to happen, to take charge, because ultimately on the other side is our own freedom, our own internal freedom. When we have internal freedom, it just manifests as joy and positive experiences. We're more open to new opportunities. Beautiful, everybody. Let me know how you're doing in the chat. I would love to know, I have a question for you. When did you first notice that you were magical? Maybe as a child, or maybe it was later on. Sometimes we don't find our gifts until we're in our 20s or 30s. When did you first notice that you were magical? And pop it into the comments below. Play along with me. I'm so grateful to be here with you, everybody. If you just popped in, so welcoming you here. When were you first magical? When did you first perceive your magic? Do we remember? Write it down into the comments. And I'm going to go over a couple little things here, everybody. Our flow. I want to make sure we all know what's happening this week. Tracy's saying just last year. I think I have a little delay in the comments, so sometimes I might just take a little pause. Melissa, as a child, amazing. I love it. That's fabulous. For me, I definitely felt very overly imaginative, I would say, as a child. I felt like I was more imaginative than my friends. I would have these visualizations and make up these fantastical worlds in my mind. I would walk to school. I had a long way to walk to school through the forest. And I used to imagine that there's these worlds around me, and I was walking through an imaginary world, and that the animals were my friends. Often I would see birds and even coyotes walking to school, and it never brought fear, but I created these worlds in my mind. I also remember when I was probably about 6 years old, sometimes I would get scared at night. My mom was a nurse, and sometimes she would work night shift. I'm sure my dad was there, but something about my mom not being there felt uncomfortable. And I would imagine that inside my closet was an imaginary world, and I could go down through my imagination into a cave. And in this cave, there was a protective energy. I remember watching the original Superman in the 80s and thinking there's an energy like Superman's protecting that cave, and a gigantic purple rock inside the cave. I didn't know what amethyst was at the time, but now I know that's what it was. And this really has evolved into that violet healing temple we started off with today. I've been doing it really since I was such a young child, but wasn't aware of what I was doing. And so it's been a journey for me of remembering my spiritual gifts, that these actually are superpowers that I can strengthen, control, and really use for good. Oh, amazing comments, everybody. Rita was saying, definitely as a child, I often lived in my own little world, but it's been a couple years since I discovered my abilities. It's fabulous. Okay, loves. So a few little things. We know today, May 14th, we're here at 11 a.m. Same thing tomorrow, May 15th. Our theme is Make a Difference. We're going to talk about how embracing our intuition and spiritual gifts can make an impact. How can we make a difference in our own lives, knowing ourselves deeply, with our children and grandchildren and beyond? And then Thursday, this is one of my favorite sessions on Thursdays, Thursday, May 16th, is becoming happy, healthy, and wealthy through this process, where there might be scarcity. That could be scarcity, a lack of in physical health, or you're looking at your bank account and you're feeling like it could be a little more full. We're going to take a look at that and how the witch wound has impacted that. And we have some amazing prizes to give. I'm actually going to be giving a prize today for whoever stays on all the way to the end. You have an opportunity to win when you hear the secret word. So I'm going to announce the secret word in a little while, and you're going to type it into the chat, and then I'm going to pick a winner, and you are going to win a favorite of mine deck of Oracle cards. And we're going to send those directly to your home address. So you're going to get those in a couple days. I'm so excited. I love to give prizes. I think it's so fun. And we also have 3 major prizes. And the way to win these, everybody, is to do a sister intro today. You're going to go over here in the Facebook group and introduce yourself with a picture. You need to have a picture because we're practicing putting our face forward, being visible in the world. Or you could do an under 2-minute video. Then put hashtag sister intro. Can someone write that in the chat for me? Hashtag sister intro. You're going to put that with your post and a little bit about yourself. What do you want people to know in the context of this Heal the Witch Wound? What do you want them to know about your awakening, your spiritual journey, who you've become, where you're going, who your future self is, whatever you feel called, but it's something meaningful. Here in this group and in this challenge, it's all about having meaningful, deep conversations. I don't know about you, but when I go to a party or a gathering and it's all the small talk, I really have a difficult time with that. I have 5 planets in Scorpio. I like to go deep. I love transformation. I love going into the throes of rebirth to discover who I'm going to be. And I know I was born for this, to support and facilitating cauldrons of that and alchemy. So this group is all about these deep, meaningful conversations. And secondly, healing that sister wound, lift each other up, liking comments. So right now, everybody, just scroll through the comments and I want you to heart a few, right? It's just sending that little burst of love towards your sisters to bring new energy, new connection. Now you can find an accountability partner. There's a post, a color post. If you go further up in the feed or you go up to the featured posts, put a little bit about yourself. You could say something like, hey, I'm Desiree. I love to garden. I have this many children and grandchildren. And then find a partner. This is your accountability partner. What's your accountability partner for? This is the person you're going to DM when we're starting the trainings. And this is the person you're going to check in with after the training. Or if they miss one, catch them up, help them catch up, watch a replay together, and have those meaningful discussions. You're here with like-minded women, and I want to connect you. This is your chance to connect in the context of this group. And I'm so excited to facilitate this for you. So many women have come away here with beautiful friends, like-minded sisterhood, and a real feeling of belonging. So for a chance to win these major prizes, my Priestess Mentors team and I are looking around to see who's the most active who has shared their sister intro, who has followed directions, used the correct hashtags. We're also going to share our altars, snap a picture of your altar and share hashtag altar contest. This is all in the workbook too. And who's lifting each other up, who's coming live to the trainings, who's devoted, who's diving in. And then we're going to give prizes on that third day on the Thursday, on the 16th. And this is what you have a chance to win, my beauties. Third prize, you get a mystery oracle deck, special delivery. Second prize, you're going to get one of my favorite courses that I've created called Persephone Rising. And it has a beautiful workbook that goes with it. Plus, you're going to get a book along with it. We're going to send that to you, that second prize. And the first prize is Violet Healing 30 Days Program. You're going to get 30 meditations, just like the meditation we did at the beginning, but they all have unique themes. So they're going to support you in letting go of anxiety, feeling grounded, reconnecting to yourself and your spirit. And you're also going to get that same oracle deck, the one I can't get enough of, the one I love. All oracle decks are not created equally, and I want you to have the best ones. So these are the prizes. I can't wait to give them away on Thursday. So we're going to be watching and looking around to see how engaged you are. Now, on Friday, everybody, put this into your calendars. Put this into your calendars. We have Unleash Your Magic ceremony, Friday, May 17th, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're going to come together in sisterhood, but this time on Zoom. This is your link, and I'll get my priestess mentors, Shelly, Dina, or Carly. Could you pop this link in? And then everyone, you can claim your spot. You want to RSVP, then you'll get the Zoom link. And we will join together on Friday. I'm so excited. This is actually a really important part of the training, everybody. Really do your best to be there live because we're going to go into ceremony. I'll be able to see you. I have a playlist planned. We're going to cast circle. We're going to take more time to cast circle. We're going to call in a special goddess guide that I will reveal along our journey so that we're having that practice of the archetypes of the goddess coming in to support us. And you're going to emerge just feeling really uplifted, a lot lighter, more connected to yourself and others. And again, cultivating this community of belonging and a safe place to discover, who am I? Where am I going? Who am I becoming? Why do I feel stuck? What's holding me back? And you might have an idea of what's holding you back, but guaranteed there is something unconscious that has been repressed that wants to be known through these days together. So Friday, it's all coming to a head and it's going to be released. We're heading towards a Sagittarius full moon at the time of this. The moon is starting to rise and become full, and we timed it with that so that there's something rising within us to be discovered. That is the mystery of life. That's the beauty of life, I truly believe. So excited for this. So everybody grab that link. Did we get a chance to share that link, everybody? So let's share the link, team, and let's everybody grab your spot now while we're thinking about it. Okay, here we go. Let's bring our awareness to what is the witch wound and what do we do about it? And how is this helping us in this day in time? Why do we even need to heal the witch wound? So beauties, which of these describes you? Here we have an image of the wounded witch. The wounded witch. Notice these words. Take a moment to look at these words. What are you noticing? Which word stands out? Which word is standing out the most to you? And pop it into the chat. Pop it into the comments below. Yay. Pop it in, everybody. Thanks, Shelly, for sharing that link. Everyone, you can click on it, grab your spot while we're here together. Jody's saying she loves the Zoom room. I love the Zoom room too because it's more interactive. I do laser coaching in there. I pull cards for people, and we're really getting that synergy of discussion, communication, singing, dancing together, raising the energies in a ceremony. Oh, beautiful. Yes. Melissa, empath. Mo Misty, empath. Shelly, ashamed of my body. Beautiful awareness. Beautiful to see what shows up. Built walls up, Robin. Yes, I feel you. Shelley, overthinking. Yeah, keep popping them in, everybody. Beautiful. Yeah, it's interesting to notice. So these are the qualities of the wounded witch. This is what's systemic of the witch wound. And the witch wound comes from the persecution of medicine women and these wise women of communities through the witch burning times in the 1400s and beyond. Thousands and thousands of women murdered. And we can call this the femicide. It literally was like a genocide, or people call it the women's Holocaust. The women's Holocaust. And I do not use that word lightly, but it is the truth, right? And this is something that has been shoved under the rug and hasn't been talked about much. And that's why we're here, is to actually uncover what's been repressed within us and within society so that we can get our power back. We as women here who have been used and abused and treated like doormats through lifetimes and timelines are reclaiming our power, and we're finding ways to heal that are holistic. It's not just going to the Western doctor, not that we don't love our Western doctor, but there are other modalities that we love that support us in reclaiming that power again. So on the other side, when we do reclaim this power, what's on the other side is the modern day priestess, the woman who's actually brought her gifts, psychic abilities, clairs, spiritual gifts, her imagination, artistry, creative powers, Shakti, energy, divine feminine coursing through her. She's the modern day priestess. And she probably is a community builder. She's the one to be the leader in her family, building that community up. Or she's out there with other multiple communities, and she's really active, she's engaged, she's energetic, or she's building her own community. Just like you see here with the Secret Garden Society, this has been my passion, my true love, to build community, to bring like-minded women together. This is the modern day priestess. Now, take a look at this fiery picture, and which word is jumping up? Which word is jumping up and out here for you? Just taking a moment, taking a breath, and just write in a few words, everybody. Take a moment, write in a few words. What are you noticing here? Radiance, light counsel, spiritual practice. Those are the ones that I noticed today. I love that. So beautiful. Emma, sensuality, joy, wheel of the year. Ooh, Carly, Shakti, radiance, Shelley, sisterhood. I love it. Amazing. Tracy, chalice for divine. Karen, rebirth, sacred, sisterhood. Marissa, Main, joy, love, sisterhood, sensuality, Azul. Ada, love, joy, sensuality, and the sacred. Ooh, I'm loving this. Yeah, this is where we're getting to. I'm really noticing that word sexuality as well, and love, and how they're connected there, and the self-love that's required to really open up to exploring our sexuality at every stage of life. That's, it's such a healthy part of being an empowered woman, is enjoying the sexuality, opening up to beauty and pleasure, and honoring that we're human in this lifetime, and having joy come from that sexual pleasure as well. Okay. Here is a beautiful card of alchemy, this Ace of Fire from the tarot deck. And I love starting here, everybody, with healing the witch wound. What do you see in this card? What is calling to you? What's the energy, frequency, message here? Ace of Fire. You might know tarot cards, you might not, and it really doesn't matter. It's just like we were looking at those words, what jumped out at you. What jumps out at you here? We've got the steel anvil in a cauldron with a serpent or dragon, fire, flames wisping up, And it's a feeling that that anvil is going to go down and down into the cauldron, and it's going to be alchemized and become pure potential, the steel melting, and it can be formed and created into a new shape, into something new. So what are you transforming and alchemizing within you? What are the difficult emotions? What have you been feeling and experiencing? If you yourself are the cauldron and the energy element of fire, and the creatures of fire, the dragon, the phoenix are coming in to support you, if you allow yourself to fully experience the flames and the alchemy, who will you become? When the ashes settle and fall to the ground, who have you become? This purification, the transformation, there's an acceptance, yes, acceptance of self. If we fully accepted ourselves through all the trials and tribulations, all the difficulty that could potentially be happening in our families, and everything you've experienced as an initiation in your life, perhaps the deaths that you've experienced, right? Whether it's people passing over, parents or loved ones, right? Experiencing these initiations have brought forth some sacred gifts, learning, and been accelerations on your journey. So who are you becoming? Yes, burning away depression, beautiful new beginnings. Amazing. Amazing, everybody. Yes. So I want that for us. So we're weaving all these energies in, and you can be taking notes along the way. Maybe you've got your journal or your workbook out, and you're just, anytime you get a moment of epiphany or realization, put it into the chat, or just a new awareness kind of flicks in, like a light switch turning on. It's like, oh, I just illuminated this part of me, or this concept, and type it into the chat, and then also save it for yourself. We are in a cauldron of alchemy right now. So I love this quote. I'm going to read it. I know a lot of you have heard it, and it's from A Return to Love by Marianne Williamson. It's one of the first quotes that I heard that really stirred something in me, specifically around dimming my own light. As a professional dancer, I've toured around the world with multiple different dance companies, and taught the Martha Graham lineage and brought forward these archetypes of powerful women like Joan of Arc and Clytemnestra from the Martha Graham work into the world through dance. And one thing I noticed when I was in dance class when I was younger was I would hold back. I wouldn't always do my best because I felt bad. I felt bad that maybe I would be better than someone else, or I would outshine somebody else. Have you ever felt that way, that you would feel bad if you outshone somebody or you did better than somebody else? Now, there's an energy of fear and scarcity around that I've overcome, where what I've realized is actually if I shine brightly, it brings other people up, it brings inspiration. Sometimes there might be jealousy, but what is jealousy? This is something interesting to unpack. A feeling within us of jealousy often is a feeling of, ooh, that's actually something somewhere where I could go. For example, if you're looking at somebody, a role model who has something you don't have yet, and you feel a little inkling inside of you, or a feeling inside of you, like a twinge of jealousy, maybe that just means you're being called to go there. And it's a good thing. It's just a little wake up call to take a look at it and realize that's actually where I'm going. So let's read this quote and see what resonates for you. So just maybe even closing your eyes, take a breath, and just notice what resonates, which part of this. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It's our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. What we ask ourselves is, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Marianne Williamson from A Return to Love. What did we get from that? What are you feeling? What are you remembering? What is it bringing up for you? And remember, we have Kuan Yin here with us today, and she's inviting us to have a lot of self-compassion, this radical self-acceptance, so that we can get unstuck, so that the stagnancy melts away and there's a new vitality, a new kind of zest for life again. Let me know in the chat, everybody. Amazing. Oh, I love this. Jody had been saying, my dad and my daughter, serenity that passed, have been coming up for me since Mother's Day. I see my dad holding his granddaughter. Oh, that's so sweet. Yes, honoring people that have passed in our lives and any grief that still wants to be released around that, and having that compassion around ourselves to really let go, because the ones that pass over are looking down and they want you to be your best self. They don't want you to linger in the grief, right? We want to heal that grief. Ooh, okay. Moving on. I really want to bring forth this witch wound in the context of it and get us into a healing as well. The witch wound is the deep-seated fear of being terrorized, betrayed, and forced to be subservient. I'm going to read that again. What is the witch wound? The deep-seated fear of being terrorized, betrayed, and forced to be subservient. And here we have this woman, and she's in a cage, and there's the door open, but she hasn't fully stepped out. She's got 1 foot in, 1 foot out. The cage door is open. She's free, but she's not really free because she still feels the energy, the repercussions, the echoes of having been caged. And it's not that long ago, everybody, that women really didn't have the power that they have today. And we're still working on this. Even my friend who's from Switzerland said in one of the districts, women didn't get the vote until 1996. Okay, that's not that long ago. And so we're back in the day, we were really property of men. We gave our name away. We couldn't own anything. We couldn't have our own money. We literally have been caged as powerful beings. And we've lost some of the glimmer of that, and we've been afraid to let the light shine, even though we might have stepped out of the cage for obvious reasons. This is where we're at. We want to start to heal this together as sisters. Even Carl Jung said that we were wounded together in relation, and we're coming back together to heal. We have to heal together, is what Carl Jung said, and I do believe that to be true. And I've seen it over and over again in our circles, whether it's here on Facebook or in a Zoom room, that miracle healings do happen and do occur. So we're free, but we're not really free. Women have been made to feel guilty and ashamed of their feminine power. Has anyone ever felt guilty and you're thinking, why do I even feel guilty? This doesn't even make sense. There's this lingering guilt that just kind of wants to kind of reemerge and reemerge. And we don't like the feeling and we push it back down. This is an opportunity through these days together this week, everybody, to let go of the guilt. There's no reason to feel guilt unless you've actually done something bad. And everyone here has a heart of gold. And there could be some religious trauma there too. So the art of feminine mysticism, so this women's spirituality coming together to dance and sing at a full moon time, women coming together to heal for the villages, was taught. It was always taught in these esoteric circles, but it's been lost. But what if this actually wasn't lost? Let's think of it this way. I love this. What if these mysteries and these rituals and this way of being in women's spirituality wasn't lost? But what if it was actually just deeply buried within you? The memory, the rituals, the abilities were all buried, waiting for the right time to be found again. And what if this was the time? This time on the planet right now, that we are meant to excavate those gifts again. And chances are that's why you found me here, because this is your opportunity and there's some whisper and inkling or strong calling in you to do so. When we heal the witch wound, we feel it's safe once again to be wise, powerful, successful, happy, and free. For me, I walked around feeling like the invisible visionary. Does anyone else feel like this? Invisible visionary. I had all these ideas. I was getting all these downloads and intuitive hits, and they were all burgeoning inside of me, but I wasn't telling anybody about them. And so nobody knew. But I was walking around thinking, why doesn't anyone get me? Why doesn't anyone see what's happening inside of me? I wasn't showing anybody. And the problem for me was I was going down this trajectory to be a university professor of dance. I was teaching at the University of Arizona and here in Vancouver at a university here. And it was great. It was good. And lots of people, thought that was amazing. There's a certain cachet to being a professor. And so there's this kind of energy around me. But when I got there, I realized I was unhappy. I created this and I went down this timeline, but did I choose consciously any of this? I was influenced, I was encouraged by other teachers and my parents. But by the time I got there, I realized this isn't for me. I can't be my whole self. I can't use my superpowers here fully and outwardly. And I have a desire in me to do that. And so I had to step away. And I remember the moment I was in the kitchen with my king, with my partner, Matthias. And I was at this phase. I had just come back from doing my master's degree at the University of Arizona. I remember I just got out of the shower and I had a towel over my head. And I was standing there in the kitchen, leaning on the kitchen bar, and he was doing the dishes. And I just said, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can keep going and be a university professor and keep teaching at the university. And I'm so scared because I have an idea to make a program called Catalyst to support people in finding their dreams. But I'm worried, what will I do? I won't have an income. I'm going to disappoint a whole bunch of people. What if I'm wrong? What if I fail? Who am I to do this? And it just kind of all came out. And I remember feeling like being in the flames and not knowing and just being so scared. And he just turned around and he looked at me and he said, Desiree, you have to do that. You have to. That is your path. That is your heart's desire. Go for it. And that's all I needed was permission, in the sense that it came from within myself, but for someone to acknowledge that, validate that I wasn't crazy for wanting to do that when I could have all the comfort of this other choice and I was good at it and I liked it. But I was being called to fully develop, evolve myself, and devote to the spiritual journey. And our goddess today that we called in, this archetype of Kuan Yin, was exactly that. She was a human, she was a mortal, and she was a princess. And her father betrothed her to get married, and she refused because she knew she was on the spiritual journey and she needed to devote to herself and to oneness. And through that process, she became enlightened. So the trick, the jump for me was to not do what everyone wanted for me and to listen deeply to myself, and then to take a leap to really explore myself and what would make me happy and more evolved. And I know a lot of you are on this journey. And so if you're looking for permission, like I was that day, I give it to you. I give you permission to cultivate courage within yourself to take a leap in the direction towards your dreams. You will not regret it. When you live a long, healthy life and you get near the end of your life and you're looking back, what are the moments you will remember? The moments where you took a leap of faith, you took risks on yourself to follow your heart. There will be nothing to regret there, right? Those are the most meaningful moments and experiences, and bring up the most fear. And the problem is, in our culture, we're taught to dim down fear by numbing that we should always be comfortable. But the trick here, everybody, that I'm going to keep emphasizing is to find the comfort in the discomfort. Find comfort in discomfort and practice. How do you practice being uncomfortable? I want to see in the chat. Everybody, yeah, Mo Misty saying leap and the net will appear. How do you practice being uncomfortable in the everyday world? Give me some examples. One example that's coming to mind is when I was practicing yoga a lot in my 30s, I wanted to be able to do a really good handstand, and I was scared of going upside down. So I thought, okay, I'm going to do this every day, and I'm going to do a handstand every day until I don't feel scared anymore. So I was pushing the edges. I knew my limits, but I was pushing my edges until I felt I was satisfactory at doing it. And so that's a physical practice. How we do something one way translates into every area of our life. It spills over. And I did notice from just doing the handstands every day, I started to take more risks in my everyday life. Being shy and an introvert, I started to make new friends. I was living in Tucson and living in a new place. I didn't know anybody. And I found like I had that in me now to actually talk to people and to make new friends and to have a wonderful experience of connection. So we want to be practicing being in discomfort. Oh, beautiful, everybody. Yeah, screw it, just do it is our motto around here. Shelly's putting in. Melissa saying, using my voice despite anxiety. Oh, yes. And I think we want to be doing that beautiful energetic clearing to heal the anxiety, to create space through the chakras, energy system, for your more of your own essence to come in, and then ground that. And we call this energy hygiene and violet healing. We're going to do energy hygiene over in the VIP circle later today, everybody. And you're welcome to come join in there. That's sort of like part 2 of Heal the Witch Wound. And so you have the option to join us in the VIP circle. We'll go over energy hygiene there. Beautiful. What else are we saying? Rachel, take one small thing each day to push myself out of my comfort zone. Ooh, I love that. Rachel, can you give us a hard and fast, tangible example? I would love to know. What's an example? And here in the Secret Garden Society, we call that a stretch. So it's something you wouldn't normally do, but you're going to make a plan to do it because you know when you do it, it's going to improve your life. It's going to be a stepping stone to that new version of you that's receiving rewards beyond your wildest dreams. Yes, thanks, Shelly. Shelly just dropped in the link, everybody. If you do want to come into the VIP circle, we're going to pop in once this session completes in about 20 minutes. So we'll do energy hygiene over there. I love it. Beautiful. Oh, Jody was saying, you totally helped me with this. You grow the most when you are uncomfortable making live videos and putting myself out there. Yes, Jody. I love it. That's fabulous. Yeah, and we, of course, want to keep our nervous system intact, but there are going to be some times where you do feel nervous. when I used to do a lot of performing, when I was backstage, my knees would literally shake. I would have to go to the bathroom 20 times. My tongue would be totally dry. And then at the moment I would step out onto the stage, it was just total flow. I would just tap into something, trust myself. And often when I got off stage, I wouldn't even remember anything. It was such a joyful, blissful experience. So sometimes there's a good kind of fear, and we don't want that to deter us from just going for it and saying, that's the moment, right? It's like I'm backstage. You can imagine I'm in the wings. I'm nervous, and it's the stage manager comes and they're saying, okay, it's 1 minute, one minute to showtime. And I'm thinking, I just want to run back into the dressing room. Instead of thinking that, letting my mind do that, I say, screw it, just do it. Let's go. Bam, you're going. Then once you're into it, the experience starts to happen, and it's so beneficial. That is really the definition of courage, right? Courage, cœur, which is French for heart. Cœur, you're finding it in your heart. There's not an absence of fear. There's plenty of fear there, but you do it anyway. Everybody, if you asked 3 of your best friends who you are, if you phoned up your best friend and you said, hey, can you give me 3 words that you think describe my character and my personality and who I am? Like, who would you say I am? What are 3 words? What are those 3 words, everybody? Pop them into the chat. Maybe you can just think of 1 or 2, and that's perfect too. 3 words like values, joyful, passionate, creative, compassionate, caring, courageous, loyal, authentic, trusting, loving. Who are you? Shelley, loyal, loving, and strong. Yes, yes, you are. Yes, you are. This is a practice, everybody, of knowing who our high self is, this pure part of ourself, and honoring that to step forward. If you know who you are, you can anchor into that, and you will melt the fear, the monkey mind, and that witch-wounded small self of you away, right? Shelley, creative, loving, and truthful, beautiful. Yes, yes, yes. Susie, authentic, loyal, strong, beautiful. Feeling that. Rachel, yes, passionate, loyal, strong. Melissa, a good listener, brave, caring. Karen, loyal, honorable, and caring and empathetic. I love that. Marissa, caring, creative, and generous. Yes, it is so true, everybody. You are that. And the ego, small self, fearful self will try to tell you otherwise. And that's where self-doubt, self-sabotage, imposter syndrome starts to pull us down. And that's the cycle that we want to break. Dina, honest, faithful, loving. Yes, so beautiful. I love that. That's fabulous. Okay, I want to click through everybody. Actually, let's go ahead and do a meditation. I'm feeling that as we're kind of feeling these energies come in of upliftment, but also the self-compassion piece. Let's flow into a meditation together. I'm going to turn on some relaxing music in the background again, give us a little bit of a mood. Come in a little bit, and let's take a few nice deep breaths together. I'm so appreciating being in this circle of powerful women together today. Thank you so much for being here. Now, ground again. Earlier, we imagined a stem of a rose coming up to your pelvis, and then the rose blossoming inside the pelvis, the rose, and a specific color of the rose coming forth, and even the fragrance. And so you can invite a resurgence of this color and feeling. And on the priestess path, this energy of the beauty way. That beauty is such a key part of our life. to give ourselves permission to experience ends of light, great beauty, noticing how you're feeling in this moment, and revitalize the colors we brought in earlier of our intentional temple, our violet healing temple, amethyst crystal colors in the sacred flame. Gold walls, fuchsia pink near the ceiling, soft, gentle flow, and a vibrant green all around your feet. Let these colors weave, swirl around your body, perfect amount, in the perfect way. You're still grounded, connected. But receiving of this energetic support. And imagine you could dial open the third eye, the energy center of your head, like the aperture of a camera, dialing gently, playfully, effortlessly. There's no right or wrong. Open and open. Place one dab of white light into the space and let the white light be purified. It dances into the space like a shooting star, leaving a trail of stardust. And imagining this temple and the temple doors open, and two priestesses walk into the temple. They're carrying baskets of flower petals, and they begin to disperse, throw flower petals, creating a path of beauty. They arrive at the altar and they go into a ritual at the altar, lighting candles, incense, frankincense, and myrrh, blessing the space and calling in the sacred, the divine feminine, to support us in healing for our lineages. And support us in this natural evolution of becoming this light worker that you are now. And through those temple doors, a wind blows in, clear air, wind sweeping in, flower petals dancing, swirling, bringing clarity and inspiration. And in through the doors steps a divine feminine being, a beautiful, loving, benevolent being, Kuan Yin. Kuan Yin, Kuan Yin, and watching to walk along the flower petal path, bowing in reverence to the altar. And she steps towards you. What is her energy like? What does she look like? What is she wearing? She has a gift for you. She gives you something now. Holding this object item in your hand, observing, noticing, feeling happy and grateful. And the two of you sit down together and you feel relaxed, rested, and you lean into her. Leaning into her body, she places her arm around you. And you feel yourself traveling back in time through this lifetime. And you're traveling back to a challenge in your life, a difficult, challenging time, a time where you were invited to call upon mental strength and courage, survival mechanisms, resources. Perhaps you felt empty, exhausted, confused, traveling back to this time with her support, her guidance, her protection. How old were you? What was occurring around you? You can hear Kuan Yin's voice in the background, asking you the question, is there any self-forgiveness needed? Is there any self-forgiveness needed here to forgive, to accept? Is there anything to accept, to take ownership of, and to even be grateful for? What are you grateful for? What positive outcome was created? And what was the sacred gift? What sacred gift showed itself through the time after? Imagine that you now are facing this younger version of you, the two of you together. What do you want your younger self in these trying times to know? Everything will be all right. You're stronger than you know. The best is yet to come. Lingering in the moment. Notice how her energy changes. She's relaxing and letting go a little more. And the fear is dissipating and more courage is available to her. And you embrace holding on tightly to one another, being the support that you needed. Thank you, thank you. She knows that that support will continue, and feel that support flowing through the timeline into the future. And it's flowing around you now. And it's evolved even more because you've healed the past now. You've changed. You're different now in the future. Let your capacity for courage open in this moment. And you feel a hand on your shoulder, a gentle hand. And when you turn, it's your future self. You from the future has taken this courage and allowed for the unfolding of life. She's open to receiving more, becoming more, getting the most out of life, allowing herself to be happy and free. She's beautiful, energetic, and healthy. And she's whispering something in your ear. She wants you to know something. You feel she's fading into the background, knowing that you can call upon her at any time for wise counsel, as future self, as your spirit guide. And letting everything begin to fade. Feeling that love, support, protection. From Kuan Yin. And grounding more earth energy through that stem of the rose into your lower centers. Your whole body, I'm beginning to return, my friends, to this time, place, space, and dimension. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. Taking a deep breath. Moving, stretching, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, hands on face, touching crystals, some aromatherapy. Maybe you want to write something down in your journal or your workbook. What are you noticing? What are you feeling? What was the gift that you received? And what is the sacred gift from that experience? What did your future self say to you? And if you don't remember any of that, not to worry. You can always come back and repeat this portion of the replay. We're going to leave this up for 24 hours. Or if you're in the VIP area and circle, you'll get forever access to all the replays. We're going to make a beautiful replay page for you as we create them, and then you can keep coming back anytime you need to top up your energies, bring new levels of acceptance, and get that courage that's so needed to create our life as we truly wish it to be and to transcend the witch wound. Everybody pop into the chat. How are you feeling? How are you doing? What did you notice? I would love to know. And I want to share just one more thing. We're going to be wrapping up tomorrow, everybody. We're going into step 2, which is making a difference. Today, we're conjuring courage, self-compassion, and forgiveness. And tomorrow is going to be more about the courage, the stretch, the discomfort, and the positive impact of being in discomfort, leaning into the edge over and over again. What happens to us? So tomorrow is a very important day if you're ready to get into some action and you're ready to actually get out of stagnation, make a change. You don't want to miss tomorrow. Now, everybody, from the witch wound, I want to make sure we cover this today. This is in your workbook as well. And then I'm just waiting for some comments to come in too. I'd love to know how the meditation went, this violet healing process we just completed. Now, from the witch wound stems 3 patterns keeping you small and stuck. Let me know if these resonate. Okay. Perfectionism. This is systemic of the witch wound. Anyone a perfectionist here? My hope is that we'll be able to let go of the perfectionism, allow ourselves to be in excellence, but not needing to have everything perfect because it will hold us back from taking any action. And then imposter syndrome, just feeling on the inside like people are going to find out that we're faking it, or we're not good enough, or we're not qualified enough. That probably isn't true. And we want to have skills and tools to be able to recontextualize and bring ourselves up to a place of confidence that we're good enough where we're at. If we have unrealistic expectations or we're comparing ourselves to other people that are way further along than us, then we're losing out on an opportunity to enjoy. And it ends up being self-sabotage, which is this inner saboteur. We call this the inner saboteur. And there is an exercise in your workbook to take a look at this. And I recommend doing this exercise tonight, everybody, before we meet on May 15th at 11 a.m. to take a look in the workbook and journal this, the inner saboteur. What are your patterns of self-sabotage? Because when we name them, when we voice them, then they can start to dissolve. We can do something about it and we're healing them. And that's what I want for you. I want you to be able to get to the other side. And finally, everybody, let's do one final card here that I pulled for us, which is to support us in making peace within ourselves and with others. So in that meditation journey, we were making peace with ourselves, and there's a relief, a letting go of any holding on and resistance. And sometimes we know that we're making peace with others in that process too. Maybe you went through a difficult divorce, or maybe there was some sort of betrayal. We mentioned the word betrayal from somebody in your life that you're forgiving yourself for getting yourself in that situation. But maybe you're also letting go of any anger, rage, resentment towards that person so that you can feel free. Let me zoom in on the card, 7 of Water from Tarot. We have this beautiful lagoon in the center and all these animal paths, right? If I go in nice and close, you can see the herds and the different animals coming in to drink of the water. As humans, we're really not that much different. We all live through these human experiences. We're united in that. And ultimately, we all drink from the same place. And this is the concept of oneness, that we're all connected. We're connected to the web of life. And so if there's I'd like to put it this way, if there's a shaky leg on your table right now, in some energies of resentment, it's going to negatively impact all areas of your life. Just like how I was practicing the handstand to be more courageous, right? If I was holding on to resentment and negativity, it's going to do the opposite. It's going to bring resentment and negativity into other areas of my life. So this is a way to declutter and to heal up anything that could be holding us back from being really happy, right? Giving ourselves permission to be really happy. So it's doing an audit, and this could be something you could journal about tonight too, a self-audit. Who am I forgiving? And just feel into that in this moment while we've woven in all these energies, my beauties. Who are you forgiving? Who in your life needs forgiving just for you, for your process, for your evolution? And I'm not saying you have to or you're going to. I'm just saying who comes to mind. And there's probably more people than you think. And when you journal about this, if you want to go deeper with this, journal all the people, start to make a list where there's still a little bit of resentment or a lot of resentment towards a situation or a person, and you might start to find that list is quite long, and that's okay. And that's where the self-forgiveness, acceptance of the situation comes in, and then bring some healing to the situation, bring some healing. And you might even have a healing conversation with one of the people. This could clear up and declutter like a spring clean for your soul, make a lot of space for more of you to come forward and for more energy and health to come forward. Okay, I do have a stretch for you. I won't make it too hard today, but I do have one of those little challenges, a little stretch. So what I would love for you to do is, in that meditation, we met up with a younger version of ourselves, a younger version of ourselves. She was in a difficult, trying time in her life. I would love, if you're game, to write a letter to yourself. Write a letter to that younger version of yourself. Like you're her big sister, you're her protector, you're her guide. What do you want her to know? So you're just going to literally write a letter. And then I want you to share here inside the group your finding in a 2-minute or less video. Now, in the past, we've had women read their letters. There's a power in being vulnerable here. There's a power of being witnessed in your growth. A witnessing to these vulnerabilities accelerates your growth. If you're ready for a quantum leap, that would be a beautiful way to do it in this safe space, the space where you really belong. And I'm here to support you in that. And you can write the letter and read it, or you could just say, this is what I discovered. This is what this exercise was for me. This is how the homework went. This is how I feel now. Anything that comes to mind in 2 minutes or less around the homework activity of writing a letter. Can one of my priestess mentors just write the stretch here in the comments? And then also make a separate post. So either Shelly, Dina, or Carly, can you make a separate post that says homework and then describe the homework? You can just put it in your own words. That will be perfect. And if we could do that now, that would be great, because we only have less than 24 hours. So you want to complete it by May the 15th at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for a chance to win. So we're going to take notes who's completing this, and then we're going to be able to give those 3 prizes on Thursday. I'm so excited. And we're going to give a secret word prize right now. Everybody, are you listening? The secret word is the word life. Life, like a beautiful life. The word is life. And you're going to go ahead and pop that word down into the chat for a chance to win. And the prize today is a deck of my favorite oracle cards. And we're going to be sending those directly to you. So you're going to connect once I say your name with Shelly, our priestess mentor. She's going to get your name, email, and address so that we can make sure we get those off to you. And it's going to be a surprise. You're going to see what oracle deck that is once it arrives at your doorstep. So excited. I love surprises like that. Okay, and the winner is Azul. Azul Arco Iris. You are the winner. Ha-ha, secret word winner. So Shelly, if you can connect with Azul, that would be amazing. And we'll make sure we get all your details so we can send that off to you. Fabulous. Everybody, let me know into the chat what landed for you today. What was supportive? What resonated the most from today? Now we're doing as much as we can in about an hour and a half, and I want to break this down into bite-sized pieces for you. So we're going to come back tomorrow and bring in more of that courage through more of these journeying processes, bringing our awareness to how we make a difference with our spiritual gifts. What does that mean? What can that look like in our life? I love day 2. I don't want you to miss it, everybody. Make sure you put it in your calendar. I don't want you to miss day 2. We're going to give another prize away tomorrow near the end as well for anyone that stays all the way to the end. Now, my VIP beauties, how many people have already joined the VIP circle? Give me a Y into the comments. I know my priestess mentors will be there. Shelly, Dina, and Carly. Who else is coming into the VIP circle? We are going to pop over there on a Zoom link, and we're going to do an energy hygiene process to unlock what I call the Empress codes. The Empress codes to me are embodying the queen that you are. But unless we're in control of our energy and we know how to heal our aura, it's going to be very difficult to feel and embody truly those Empress codes, that confidence, that magnetism, that ability to be powerful in the world. So we're going to work on that. We're going to have some music. We're going to move and kind of shake things free a little. And we're going to be able to meet each other in the circle. If anyone has not joined the VIP circle and would like to, I warmly welcome you to. We'll pop the link down below, and you can purchase your ticket for that. Now you will get a welcome email. In that welcome email is your Zoom link, and we're going to pop right over there. Let's make it 12:40, everybody. So we're going to take a 10-minute break. I will open the room so that there's somewhere to go, but we'll get started in 10 minutes over there for the unlocking of Empress codes through the Violet Healing Energetic Hygiene process. When you're in VIP, everybody too, there's no pressure to come in there, but I just want you to know it's available. This will be for anyone who's really devoted. They feel they have the financial means at this time, and they want to have the replays. So you'll get all the free sessions like this one right now. You'll also get the Violet Healing process in the Zoom room, and you'll get the final ceremony. And often I throw in a few extra goodies along the way, depending on the frequency of the group and what my group needs inside of there. So it's a deeper dive. It's for those of you that are so ready to have that courage, take more action as a leader and light worker in your experience of the world, and to have a sisterhood where you feel like we can have these powerful discussions and a sense of belonging. You're going to make some friends in there. I know it. So we'll hop over there in a moment. Let me know how we're doing. Yes, amazing, everybody. Thank you so much for joining today. I so appreciate each and every one of you. Let's just take a moment together before we switch over to the VIP room. We will be back again here tomorrow. Does everyone have the homework? Everyone remember what the homework is? Did you write it down? Did you write it down? And does everyone know how to make a live video, or you could do a pre-recorded video inside a Facebook group? That might be a stretch in and of itself. I'm excited for you to find out. We're here to help you. Remember to get an accountability partner, because that's a good example of someone who could support you. Your accountability partner, you can talk it through. You can find that courage by doing the homework together, planning it out and thinking what each of you is going to do and how you make that live or pre-recorded video under 2 minutes, popping it in. I can't wait to see these. My team and I are going to be standing by and scooping them up. So the sooner you do it, the better. Leaders go first. Notice if you want to procrastinate and maybe you want to change that, right? How do you change something? You just practice doing the other thing, the better program, the better pattern. So this is your chance here this week to practice. So it won't just be me being a talking head here. If that's the kind of training you thought it was going to be, it's not. You're going to be implementing. You're going to be flowing along. I really want to give you the chance to transform. I'm excited. Thank you so much, everybody. Take a nice deep breath. Just reach your arms up, stretch, and then bring your hands down in front. Just press down. So you're going to resource, bring some energy from the sky, from source, oneness into the body. And bringing your hands down one more time, hands to heart. And I want you to feel yourself as a color. We're going to separate out. I'm going to take my energy out of your space. You're going to take your energy out of mine, and you become a color. What color are you, or colors? Really affirm that to yourself so that you're sovereign and whole. Dissolve our temple, everybody. So the violet healing flame at the center continues to burn brightly, supporting us in continued transformation. While you sleep tonight, the energy will come back in, and part of you will take this higher, deeper, and wider at the perfect healing pace for you. You'll wake up feeling healed, rested, excited for the day ahead, softening and relaxing. Perhaps you'll be inspired to have a healing conversation and report back to us how it went, how you're feeling, what spaciousness opened up within you. This process of decluttering through our self and soul to create new space for our own essence, our truth, our authentic self, and new courage rising within you to become who you were born to be in this next chapter of your life. Blessed be, blessed be, blessed be. And so it is, my friends. Beautiful, beautiful work today. I hope that was supportive. Let me know if you're here in the replay, what landed for you, what resonated, how you're feeling. And I really encourage you to complete that homework, that stretch. I'm going to send you an email reminder too, because I want to give you a little nudge. And I know it can be nerve-wracking to do a video, and you don't have to look perfect. You could be wearing your pajamas. You could be out in the garden. You could just do it in one take and not worry if you stutter or forget what you're supposed to do. Just keep it running, hit record, hit stop. And that's all that matters. It's a practice of being visible, having your voice be heard, and bringing forth these vulnerable truths to be witnessed for that acceleration of growth. Thank you so much, everybody, my VIPs. I will see you in the other room. Let's make it 1:45 because I got chatty at the end. So at 1:45, we will begin the VIP circle. I will go ahead and open the Zoom room now, so you can always check your technology, jump in with me, and I will see you there. I'm Desiree. I am your host. Thank you so much for joining today. It was fabulous to see you. Karen, Azul, congratulations on winning a prize today, love. Ada, Melissa, Susie, Rita, thank you so much for being here. Shelly, Robin, oh, this is such a beautiful experience together. Mo, fabulous. Norma was here. Yay, Norma, you made it. Marissa, fabulous. I hope to see you tomorrow, everybody. The sessions are going to build one upon the other. And by the end, it's my hope that you will feel uplifted, relaxed, more like yourself, and well on the way to creating something wonderful in your life, having that clarity. Where am I going next? What are my next best steps? What does my heart really want at this time in my life? Lots of love, everybody. I will see you soon. Bye for now.